Namaste. Welcome back to Mindful Yoga Together. So this fall season, September and October, we are going to practice of living the change. So our life is impermanence, which is, our life is always changing. Everything change and it doesn't stay the same. So sometimes we have a difficulty accepting that the change. But it is. You know that recently I am feeling my body is changing too, that I get injured. Well, probably if you are there in spring, I injured a calf muscle. It didn't heal yet, but it's keep changing. When I was traveling in the Sweden and Denmark, and we walked a lot, but it was fine. My leg was totally fine, but when I come back to the yoga practice, it's yoga practice or dance or so then it doesn't go well. But anyway, so however your condition is right now, that's what our practice start always here and now. So just I wanted to kind of bring out the quote. So this is a book that it's called Thich Nhat Hanh. It's a Zen master, Buddhist monk. So he talks quite a lot from the Buddhist perspective, but I think everybody can connect to it. So that the past no longer exists and the future is not here yet. The only moment in which you can be truly alive is the present moment. So present moment is the destination, the point to arrive at. Then we arrive at present moment and we begin from here and now. So today we're gonna practice quite a lot of a rooting and a grounding. After a long time we have a break from June, July, August, and we had a break. So let's ground ourselves. So wherever you are, sit down and let us close our eyes. So make yourself comfortable. So if you want to lean to the wall, you are welcome to do so. And chair is available as well. Then relax our shoulder, maybe rotate your arm and palm facing down. You can catch your knees or leg, any parts of the body. And if you like to use the mudra, chin, so actually Jnana mudra, index finger, thumb tips together. And just rest here and feel the ground underneath. Noticing our body here and now. So any body part attaching to the ground, your buttock, hips, legs, feet, just notice. That is the part that connect to the earth. From that point, we grow the roots deep down to the earth. Feeling the gravity, just let the gravity take you down to the earth. And resting. Then notice your hips. Then notice your sits bone, right side and left side. Between the sits bone, there is a muscle group. It's called pelvic floor or 骨盤底筋. Then between the sits bone, the back of your pubic bone, the pelvic floor muscle group, we are bringing the awareness there. Gently squeeze, then pull it upward. Then as if we are sending the energy from the pelvic floor upward through the spine. And sending up and up and up through the neck and reaching to the top of your head. And then exhale, relax our pelvic floor again. We bring our energy downward through the spine, descending, and going back to that pelvic floor and continue downward, rooting down, grow the roots deep down to the earth. Now let's continue. Engage the pelvic floor, squeeze and pull it up and send the energy upward. Inhale, lengthen the spine and reach to the top of your head. And exhale, grounding, descend the energy down. Relax our pelvic floor. Then engage the pelvic floor again, squeeze and pull it up and inhale. Open our chest and send energy upward. And then exhale, relax the pelvic floor, grounding. So let's go on to this way to practice. So we engage our pelvic floor, squeeze, pull it up, and then inhale, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, relax the pelvic floor and rooting down. So what we actually doing is to harness in the energy of the rooting or grounding. So pelvic floor is an important part to work on today for harnessing the rooting energy and connection to the earth. Then pelvic floor is supporting the spine at the belly base. So for human being, standing upward, then holding the spine vertically upward from the root. It's a very important muscle to be aware of, pelvic floor muscle group. And of course, the lower body, the legs and the feet, which connecting to the earth or supporting our whole body to upward, kind of up, vertically up, lifting the posture of standing. We bring our awareness to the feet and the legs today and the pelvis. And in this in this sitting position, then our sits bone, the pelvic floor. So wherever body part touches to the ground, that's what supporting our body. Like a foundation, steady foundation of our body. Let's stay here for a few more breaths. And connecting with the breath help us to stay now and here. Now and here is our practice. And breath is a guide to connect us to the now and here. The past no longer exists, and the future is not yet here, alive. All right, let's together. Let's inhale, hands reach out and up. And exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. And bow our head. And let us set our intention or dedication for today's practice. Practice not only on a yoga mat, but practice is our everyday activity or everyday life. And slowly open our eyes. Okay, so let's come on to our back on a yoga mat, but let's bring our the belt, yoga belt, close by so we can easily access to when we need to. So we'll come on our back and stretch our legs and hands and reaching our hands over the head. Let us stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, point your toes and stretch. Then open your mouth, let it go. Exhale. Let's do one more time. Take a big inhale. Engage our whole body, stretching. Then open your mouth, exhale, let it go. All right. Then let's bring our right knee to the chest. And gently hug and pull our knee towards the chest. And notice how your lower back changes. So we are kind of releasing the lower back, or lower back is coming towards the ground. Okay. Then let go your right leg. Then we're going to do the left side. Bring your left knee to the chest and hug your left knee towards the chest and lengthen the lower back, or lower back coming towards the ground. So not much arch on our back. Then slowly let it go. So straight our legs and push your heels to the away from you. So as if we are standing. So imagine you are planting your feet to the ground and pushing your heels out, and toes are pointing upward, and open our toes wide. Then reach our hands up and over. Hands reach up to the sky and palm is facing each other. Then now interlace your fingers. Then rotate your arm and the palm goes upward. Then pushing your heels away and move your hands over the head to the ground if that's available to you. But if that's too much to the shoulder, you can bend your elbows. Then press your palms away and push your heels and stretch again. Then exhale, letting go. Relax. And shake your legs so your toes goes out and in. Just relax. So we're going to do one more time. Let go your hands and hands reach upward, palm facing each other. Then legs together and push your heels against imaginary wall behind you. Then interlace your fingers and flip your palms, palm facing to the sky. Then gradually reaching our hands over the head. Then push your heels and the palms away. Inhale. And open your mouth, let it go. And bring your right knee to the chest and left knee to the chest and hug both knees to the chest. Then move your knees outward. So we're going to move our knees in a circular motion, but we are making the two circles, right side and left side. Then as you move your knees, notice how your lower back or your glute is massaged to the ground. And also we are opening the inner groin, hip joint. Then let's change the circle, opposite direction. So if you like to massage the outer hip, you make a big circle. And if you like to massage more towards center, which is a sacrum area, you make a small circle. So adjust how you like to make this practice beneficial for you. So also we are checking on how we feel. So anyway, so just I want to make sure to say this. So make our practice safe. And especially if you haven't moved your body a lot or haven't done any yoga practice in the past 3 months or longer, you might want to go easy today. So don't push yourself too hard or just cautious and try to make it more comfortable. So we're going to gradually improving our practice. But if you have a practice recently, just go on however you feel like. Let's make it free. All right. So now planting our feet down to the mat. So hip distance apart and try to see if the feet is at parallel to each other. Then gradually bringing our heel towards the buttock. Okay. Then really plant your feet down. Then move your navel upward. So you are creating a space to the lower back. So it's arching your back and pelvis is tilting forward. So towards the sky. Then do the opposite direction. Now tuck your navel towards the spine. Slightly lift your hips up. Then lower back is coming to the ground. So really engage the glute and inner thigh. Then relax and lift our pelvis up and kind of bloating your belly up and creating a space to the lower back. Then now we do opposite. So no space to the lower back really coming to the ground and squeeze our glute, enabling pelvic floor and slightly lift the buttock off the ground, but the lower back is towards the ground. Then continue. So what we are doing is the tilting the pelvis back and forth. Then when you tilt your pelvis to the back, lower back coming to the ground and engage the inner core strength. Then planting our feet down strong and just do a few more rounds. And awareness to the pelvis and also awareness to the pelvic floor. Especially when you squeeze in, you are engaging the pelvic floor and lifting your hips slightly up. Okay. Then come back to center and hands by your side, palm facing down. Then plant your feet down. Then this time really lifting our pelvis upward. Then bring your hands, interlace your fingers back behind you. Then roll our shoulders under. If you can bring your arms under your torso. Then your shoulder blade come closer. Then lengthen the neck. Plant your feet. Then inhale, lift your heels up. Then exhale, heels down. Then inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, heels down. Okay, last one more time. Inhale, lift. Then hands goes up and over. Then lifting up. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. And then exhale, slowly coming down each vertebra at a time. So from top, then slowly lowering our spine and bring your lower back down to the mat. Then drop your knee to the one side, then the other side. So like a wind wiping your knees side to side. So it is okay if your knee or thigh doesn't come all the way down, just we are releasing the lower back. Then relax our belly. And notice how you feel if you move your knee to side. And just observe it. So our yoga practice, actually in general, yoga practice is, I think we use our own body to learn what your body feels like today. So, it's an impermanence, everything changes, right? So every day we have a kind of a different feels in our body. That's what we are kind of experiencing. Then accordingly, we want to move today. Then come back to center and hug our right knee to the chest. Then you might need a belt pretty soon. Then if you are comfortable doing a half happy baby on your left side, did I say left side? Yeah. Then do so, but if you are not able to catch the foot comfortably, you want to have the belt onto your left side. But if you think you don't need it, just be there. And maybe catching the heels. Then if you are if you are comfortable, straighten your right leg, do so. But if not, just planting our right foot down. Okay. Then gradually moving your heels in and out. So if you have a belt, make sure you are relaxing your shoulder to the mat. So your heels coming towards the center line, then going out, then heel coming towards the center line, and your left knee is going outward. Then open. Then one more time. So if you are straighten your leg, notice how the hip joint or front of the leg is open, hip flexor. Then, now we're going to gradually straighten your leg out. So actually I have a wall on my left side, so it's very convenient for me to kind of rest my left foot down there. So if you have a wall, you might do so. Also, you can do, just I am suggesting many ways, you can do in the air too. Now on a block, you can rest your foot on a block. So you can kind of work on to ground ourselves. Then also in general, more body part touching to the ground, you are more able to relax and more able to balance, and you can control. But if your leg is floating in the air or more body part floating in the air, you need to kind of work hard to balance. So if you want to relax, or if you want to easy to align yourself, try to connect your body to the ground or surface. And especially mindful yoga practice, we take it easy on our body. Okay, so now let's bend our knee, left knee, and move your left knee to the right side, and let's open our outer hip. So either bending your knee or you might stretch your leg, it's up to you. Then your left hand is spreading outward to the side so that we can work on to open our chest and shoulder. Just coming to see. Then if you are comfortable, moving your left arm in a big circle. So that's creating a space for our shoulder or the range of motion. And then opposite direction. And we are releasing the lower back as well with nice twist. Okay, then come back to center and we're gonna switch. You can start from planting your feet, both feet down, and pick up your right foot and catch the right foot, or you might use the belt. So it's up to you. But make sure your shoulder is resting and your neck is not strained. Then from a happy baby, we're going to gradually moving your right foot towards the center, then out. Then if you are comfortable, straighten your left leg, do so to open a hip flexor. Okay, so now we're going to gradually straighten your right leg outward. Then in this position, we are opening the inner leg. Inside of the leg, not only the right side, but the left side as well. And make sure your shoulder blade, both sides, is resting on the mat. So don't fall onto the right side too much. So we stay grounded. So your left foot, if you are bending your knee, left foot, if you are straightening the leg, back of the left leg really anchor down to the mat. One more breath. Then exhale. Bend your right knee and move your right knee to the left side. You might bend your knee or you might stretch your leg. But the twisting and squeezing our internal organ as well. So grounding. So today our theme is a grounding and rooting and kind of working on downward. So it's like a gravity. It's a downward flowing of energy. So what is the downward flowing of energy is, it's like how we feel the gravity. Then also it helps to digestive flow of energy. So which is, that the large intestine is, eliminating, the colon is eliminating whatever we don't need it, right? So improving the digestive system it's very important part of our, the body, our system, because we eat and we need to let it go. Otherwise, it just doesn't flowing and, bad or toxin just stays in our body. So in yoga practice, physical parts of yoga practice, we do lots of twisting or bending forward to activate the internal organ, the system, especially that large intestine. So when we twist, we are so aware of activating improving the digestive system. Okay, so let's come back to center and hug both knee to the chest. If you have a belt, just let it go. And both knee to the chest. And if you like, so this is called Apanasana. So really squeeze in towards belly towards your thigh and maybe chin towards your knees. So hugging to yourself and find the small tight squeeze in the ball. One more breath. Then exhale, slowly lower your head, neck relax, and lower your head side to side, still hugging your knee to the chest. All right, so keep your right knee to the chest. Then straight our left leg upward and point your toes and flex and make a circle. So move your feet. All right, just I'm moving a curtain so that myself doesn't wipe out. Okay, so now either you are comfortably doing the straight left leg or you can slightly bend your left knee. Then make a circle with your foot. So it's called Pavanamuktasana, is releasing the gas pulse. So this is really great for digestive system. Then if this is available, really hug your right knee towards the chest and maybe chin towards your knee, right knee. Small circle or big circle. Do the both direction, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Last breath. All right. Exhale, head down and hug both knees to the chest and roll to side to side. All right. Then other way around. Hug your left knee to the chest. Then right leg goes up and point your toe flex and a circle. Okay. Then chin towards your knees or lifting your head. Make a circle with your right leg. So the circle is coming from the hip joint. If your hip joint is okay. But just be careful. So if you are straighten your leg, you are making a circle with a more big piece. But if you are bending your knees, it's more small piece to work on. So decide how you want to make a circle. Bending your knees or stretch your leg. Last breath. Both sides. Then exhale, let it go. Happy baby. Head relax down and roll side to side and catching your feet or ankle or knees wherever you are able to catch and gently roll side to side. All right. Then now we're going to roll back and forth. So swing our legs if you are comfortable. If you are not so comfortable doing so, roll onto one side and come to the seat. Then if you are rolling back and forth, massage our back and try to see if your toe come over the face. Then 3, 2, 1. Cross your ankle, rise up, palms down, and bring your knee down to the mat on tabletop. Palms under the shoulders, knee under the hip. So make sure I always say that, but the root of your fingers down to the mat. But if your wrist is not so comfortable doing the tabletop, sometimes I have wrist thumb pain. Then the block is very helpful, but so this is one option. Okay, tuck our toes under. So activating our feet. So today our focus is to connect to the ground. So wherever our body part touch to the ground, we bring our awareness to it. Then right leg goes back. And your right toe is stay down. And both of the foot come down. And try to see if your right heel is coming towards the mat. So we are stretching the the sole of the foot. And Achilles tendon, calf, hamstring. If you like to challenge this pose, lift your left knee up and knee towards your belly. So working for some core. And tuck your navel towards the spine. So engaging our core. So even your knee down, your belly is not dropped down. So tucking your navel, top of your head forward. One more breath. And then exhale. Let's release the knee down. Left foot come outside of the mat and face to the right side and right hand to the sky. Then we're going to make a big circle with your right arm. So inner right foot resting on the mat and make a big circle with our hand. Then change the direction of the circle. Then when you are ready, move your right arm touch to the ear. Then point your right finger forward and right toe to the back. Then if you like, you might lift your right leg horizontally. So your right hand, right leg, the horizontal line. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly release. Palms down and knee down. Other side, left. So left leg goes back. And both of the foot come to the mat. Then push your left heel back and down to stretch the Achilles tendon and the calf. So activating our left side of the leg and the foot. Then you might just stay here, tucking your navel and lengthening the neck, top of your head forward, or you might lift your right knee off the ground, then right knee towards the chest and do some core work. All right. One more breath. And if you are lifting the knee down, then right foot outside of the mat, spin your left heel down, left hand to the sky, and open our chest. Then let's make a big circle with your left arm, forward and down and up. And then change the direction of the circle. Then when you are ready, reach your left arm, go ahead touching the ear. Then left leg, maybe stay down to the mat, pointing your toes back and the fingers forward, nice line. Or you might make it to horizontal. And balance. Okay. Then slowly release. Palms down, knee down. Then come to downward facing dog. So make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Then when you look to your feet is hip distance apart. So that's important. And bending your knees right and left. If you haven't been in this pose, it feels to your legs, back of the leg. And make sure to open our fingers wide and protecting our wrist. Then when you are ready, gradually walking forward, bend your knees, then bend forward, grab our elbows, swing side to side if you like. But notice how our feet ground. Soften your knees, head down, and tailbone high. Find the length of the spine. Then with our inhalation, we're gonna slowly rising up to stand. So feet is a hip distance apart. Then hands goes up and over and catch your elbows like this. Then inhale, lift our elbows and find the length of the side of the body. Then feel the ground under our feet. Then on our exhalation, bend your knees and bend forward and shake our hands side to side. Okay, then slowly rising up. Okay, so we are standing right now. Then feet is coming together. Then inhale, ground our feet. Then hands reach out and up and catch the right wrist with your left hand. Then ground our feet. Then hands goes up and over to the left side. So it's important part is we ground ourselves so that we can lengthening our body. Then inhale, come up. Then exhale, bend your elbows, bend your knees, then swing your hands side to side. Other side, inhale, hands reach up, stretch your leg. Then catch your left wrist with your right hand. First, ground ourselves, then stretch up, then over to the right. So when we ground our feet, it really helps to stretch up. And then inhale, rise, exhale, bend your elbows, swing our hands up and down. Okay, so today I am purposely making it a little bit gentle or not too surprised or maybe slow because after a long time that we are coming back. Okay, so now can you face to the longer side of the mat, please? Then let's have the block front of you. Front of you means longer side of the mat. And so I have a block here, and I'm going to face this way. Then gradually bringing our feet apart. So wide. So ideally, when you lift your hands and the palms, so same distance of your hand than your feet. But you know, however it's comfortable. So if you like to have the back of the body supported the wall, please do so. Then toes are pointing forward, parallel or slightly in. Then inhale, hands lift up. Then exhale, bring our hands to your waistline. Then inhale, looking upward, open our chest, collarbone lift. Then exhale, bend your knees. We're gonna bend forward. And if you like to use the block, do so. Or if you don't need the block, and hands come to the ground. So there are many ways to practice this pose. You can reach your hands forward like a downward facing dog. Or you can reach your hands opposite way between your hands. Between your leg. Or you can grab your feet from outside. Or you can keep your hands on your hip. So however it is. And relax our head. So feel the feet grounding. So your leg is really working to balance or supporting, making the steady pose. Okay, then inhale, half a lift. So you might have the block. Then exhale, head down one more time. Then inhale, half a lift. Then exhale, we're gonna walk our hands on your right side. So either you can use the block to walk our hands to the side, or you can just grab the right foot. And then head down, relax. So you might not go all the way down, or you might really catch in the foot. So there's many ways to do. So find your own way to practice here. You might just stay here, or you might bring your right hand to the sky. Then maybe right hand wrap around your waistline, catching your left thigh and a bind. One more breath. Another exhale. Release. Other side. So you might walk your hands or walk in a block to the left foot. So make sure the outer edge of the feet are grounding and the heels down. Then we're gonna twist. So your hands just staying here, we stay here, or maybe left hand goes up. And maybe left hand wrap around your waistline. One more breath. All right. Then gradually coming back to center. So now we're going to rise up, bend your knees. Then hands come onto your hip. Then inhale, rising up. Okay. So now we're going to point our right toe to the front of the mat, warrior two, hands to the side. So we bend our right knee, right toe goes same direction. Then inhale, rising. Then we're going to change the feet. So your right toe point to the longer side of the mat and left toe point to the shorter side of the mat. And warrior two. Knee toe goes same direction. Then shoulder over the hip. Okay. Then come back. Then we're going to do the other side again. Yeah, toes change. Very good. Your shoulder over the head. Then come up. Then the other way. So when you change, we face to the front first. I mean, longer side of the mat. Then goes to look to the left finger. Then we come up. So now we look to the center or longer side of the mat. Then release our hands. Okay. Then bring our toes in and the feet, heels in, toes in, feet in. Then we stand. Okay. So now we're gonna sit down. So either if you are okay, we don't need a book, but you might need a book. I'm going to use the book. Okay. So it's a Malasana. So toes are slightly open. Then feet is a hip or a little bit wider. Then we're gonna bring our palms together and sit down. Maybe sit down to the block, or maybe it doesn't need to. Then your elbows are inside of your knees or inside of the leg. So in this pose, we really bringing our pelvis or sits bone close to the ground. Then feel the openness to the lower back or length of the lower back. One more breath. Feeling the feet. Then exhale. Slowly release. And we sit down to the mat, please. And the feet is together. Open our knees wide, Baddha Konasana. And take a look of your feet. And open the toes. If you can help open your toes. So it's like, it's not the feet together. It's like a more opening the toes. So I don't know if you can see my feet. So your sole of the foot is try to face upward. And the toes, big toes, towards the ground, and maybe pinky is together. Then, if you like to, knees up and down, do so. Then notice if your knee is quite off the ground, you might want to have the support, and so block underneath. Then, either way, so block support, or if you are comfortable, just be here, and we open from the hip joint. We open out from the hip joint. Relax the pelvic floor muscle. And either keep working on external rotation or we bend forward and head down. Then slowly release. Keep our left knee as it is and right leg goes straight forward. So right leg go forward. Then I like to use the block on my sole of the foot and maybe belt. Then we push our foot, right foot against the block. Then if you reach into the block, you can just grab the block. But if not, use the belt. Then gently pull the belt towards you. Then move our sternum or chest towards your leg. So remember, it's not your head is going down. So move our chest, or you can also bend your knees. Then find the length to the lower back. So once start around in the back like this, head down and concaving your chest, then you are no more stretching the lower back. Then when you want to stretch the lower back, move our belly towards your thigh or chest forward. Then push your heels against the block. Then let's use our breath. Each exhalation we sink. Exhale, sink. And relax. So really activating our foot, the feet. So this practice today, what we did was, somebody who doesn't have a strength to stand on our feet, but still we can practice of activating our leg. And then slowly we're gonna come out. Then bring your right foot coming to the center and switch to the left. So left foot, the sole of the foot has a block and maybe has a belt. You might start bending our left knee and belly towards your thigh and push your heels forward and bend forward. Then straighten the leg if you like. And find the length of the side of the body. So when you bend forward, find the length to this waist line. Yeah, this line. Then bend forward. Last breath. And then exhale. Slowly release. Time is very quickly going. Okay. So we're gonna lie down to the mat. Then gradually, so I like to use the core, zip our legs together. Then gradually round our back and slowly lower and lower, lower down to the mat. Then hug our right knee to the chest. Then move your right knee out and right heel come to the left knee. Figure 4. Interlace your fingers to the back of your left leg, so your right hand probably between your leg. And relax our shoulder resting. Relax your hips down, lower back down. Then gradually moving your crossed leg to the left side. Then twist. Spread your arms wide and look to your right hand. And you might hug your left hand, right knee to the chest. And opening our hips and the piriformis. Each exhalation we relax and feel the ground. Wherever the body part touching to the ground. Then we're gonna slowly come back to center and let's switch the leg. So this time left foot, right knee, left knee out and right knee towards you. Then your left hand between the leg to catch the back of the leg. And relax our lower back, resting on the ground. Very nice. You might do the dorsiflexion. You know, dorsiflexion is pushing your heel out. The other way. Yes. Yeah. You listen, that's the other. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now moving our crossed leg to on your right side. Then twist. Spread your arms wide and notice the connection. The back of the body resting on the mat. And look to your left hand and right hand is hugging your left knee to the chest. And stretch the left side of the glute, piriformis, the hips, lower back, and also feel the squeeze into the internal organ or belly. Then slowly release. Then come to Shavasana. Lie down to the mat. Last pose for this practice. Relax our body, resting on the ground. And feel the gravity on your back and sink down to the earth. Resting. And our practice is here and now. Now we rest our body. Relaxing our toes. Noticing our heels touch the ground. Notice the calf, the touch to the ground, and back of your thigh and buttock. Just relax them. Notice the back of your hand and arm resting. Notice the shoulder blade and the middle of the back and the upper back resting. Notice the back of your head resting, connecting to the earth. And relax our whole body, softening. The earth supports us to make our steady foundation. I like to just share the few lines from this book. The address of the Buddha and the Bodhisattva is here and now. So address is here and now. The address of happiness, the address of life. That is, the Buddha said life is accessible only in the present moment. Life with all its wonders is accessible right now. So we train in coming back to the present moment. Gently coming back to our body. Fingers moves and toes moves. And feel our body is here and now. And feel our breath is here, coming in and going out. Appreciating our life that we have today. And reaching our hands over the head. Let us stretch from toes to fingertips. Take a big inhale, stretch. 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth, let it go. Bring your knee to the chest. Give a nice hug to yourself. Thanks to your body, mind, and heart. Whatever we have right now. Roll onto one side. Then gradually coming up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed. Let's together, big inhale. Hands reach up to the sky. And then exhale, bring our palms together to heart center. Anjali Mudra, gesture of gratitude. Then gratitude to this time and space that we are able to practice yoga together. And this body, mind, and heart not able to practice yoga today. And let us continue to hold the gratitude and continue our life. Thank you very much for letting me guide us through your practice, sharing your time together. Namaste. Thank you.